Hi, today I want to look at a game where I'm playing white against Dutch international master Marinus Cruijff. This was a 3-minute blitz game on the Internet Chess Club, played on the 25th of September 2009. I just blundered by playing knight b4. How does black win here? Knight takes b4 is okay, but d4 check is the clearest win, which my opponent found during the game. King c4, knight takes b4, king takes b4. And now king d5 also works here, but my opponent played the other winning move, b5. The point is that white's king is stuck on b4 and will have great difficulty trying to stop the d-pawn. The fact that the c4 and c3 squares are both covered is very important. Note that going around with king a3 is too slow after d3, king a2, d2, king b1, d1 queen. Check. In the game I played g3, and now a faster win was a5 check, luring the king away. Black wins after king takes b5, d3, king takes a5, d2, b4, d1 queen. But in the game my opponent played king d5, which also wins but is a bit slower. And now h4 loses to a5 check, with a similar theme as before. But in the game I played f4, king e4, h3, d3, king c3, king e3. The black king supports the pawn easily, and I resigned. This was an annoying game because I was a clear pawn up at some point, but I was able to take my revenge the next game. This game was played against the same opponent, straight after the first game. This time I was black. In this position it is equal material. My opponent played c4. Should I take the pawn on d4? The answer is yes, and after some calculation, I quickly snapped off the pawn with queen takes d4. If a stronger player plays a move which looks unsound, assuming you do some careful calculation, you shouldn't be afraid in challenging him. Here my opponent probably thought he had the discovery with the bishop that would win my queen, but none exists. My opponent followed the mistake with a blunder by playing king b1. Note that bishop takes h7 would also be bad due to queen takes c4 check, bishop c2, queen takes a2. But my opponent followed a mistake with a blunder by playing king b1. You should never let this happen in your own games. If you make a mistake, rethink the position anew, and don't play emotionally. Here my opponent missed the simple knight fork, knight e5, attacking the queen and the bishop. And now, rook takes e5, queen takes e5 was technically better, but white is losing anyway. In the game, my opponent played queen e2. Knight takes d3, rook takes d3, queen takes d3 check. And now, probably dazed by the turn of events, my opponent disconnected and forfeited. Of course, this position is not worth playing on. White has basically no hope to salvage the draw.